What's up, guys? Today we're going to do Unit 4, the financial sector, and it's going to be topic 4.3, which is the definition, measurement, and functions of money. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, just a quick question: why is it that we use money? What would happen if we didn't have money, right? If the idea of money didn't exist? Well, think about that for a second. If you needed something and there wasn't money, how would you go about getting that thing? So, like when you were younger, right? A lot of you guys, let's say you wanted a video game that someone had, right? Well, you didn't have money, right? So you used other things, like you would trade them a video game that you had for that video game, right? Or some playing cards or something like that. Like, hey, I got this baseball glove. I'm going to trade you this baseball glove and some of these baseball cards for maybe a video game or something like that, right? Or you would trade them something, right? And that would be, a barter system, right? As goods and services are traded directly, right? There's no money exchanged. Now, there's a problem with the barter system, right? Is that one, sometimes you'd have to convince your friends to trade with you, right? So you need something to happen, and that thing to happen is a double coincidence of wants, right? Like you need someone that wants your thing that you're offering, right? And they need to have what's, and then you need for them to have what you want, right? So they have the video game you want, but you need to have something that they want, right? And so that, makes it a little bit difficult to trade goods, right? Also, when you're bartering and stuff like that, there's no division of the particular product, right? So they can just say, hey, I'll buy half of a video game from you. It's not going to work, right? You just cannot saw it in half and give them half, right? It's worthless if you do that. So you cannot, things can't be split and divided into different amounts. So, it makes it difficult to trade or to use the barter system, right? So what is money? Money is anything that is generally accepted as payment for goods and services. So yeah, money is is a belief system, right? Like we have to believe in the dollar for it to work, right? If we didn't believe in money, then it'd just go away, right? So you have to have some sort of belief in that system. Now, there's a big difference here when we're talking about money, right? We're actually talking about physical money, yes? We're not talking about wealth and we're not talking about income. Remember that wealth is if you took all the stuff that you own, right? So for you guys, a lot of you guys own you own your car maybe, you own maybe like a video game system, your clothes, all that stuff, that is considered your wealth, right? Your income is your money that comes in. So a lot of you guys have minimum wage jobs, so that would be your income is minimum wage. Or whatever you get paid hourly or whatever you get paid yearly, right? Now, there's two different forms of money, right? And those are commodity and fiat money. Now, commodity is something that performs a function of money and has an intrinsic value, right? So like gold or silver or any of those nice jewels, right? You can trade those, right? And use that as money, right? And you could also wear it, right? Because it's a thing of beauty, right? Cigarettes in jail, right? Like you could smoke a cigarette, of course, right? Not saying that you should or, advocating that at all. But in prison, right, a lot of people would, use cigarettes to trade and barter, right? Like, hey, I'll give you 2 cigarettes for your Twinkies or whatever they trade in jail, right? And then fiat is something that serves as money but no other value to it. So like you can't use a dollar bill for anything other than to trade that dollar bill for a good, right? Coin money, and then of course digital currency like iTunes Cash or Apple Cash or whatever, or Bitcoin for that matter. They all have their only purpose is for to exchange for a good, right? So that would be fiat money. Okay. Now, 3 functions of money. There is medium of exchange, a unit of account, and then to store value, right? So medium of exchange is money can be used to buy goods and services with no complications of the barter system. So like, let's say you don't need that double coincidence of wants to trade for something, right? Like if you want that video game, you can offer your buddy like, hey, I've got $30, man, I'll give you $30 for that video game. or $20 or whatever the price that you guys agree on, and that's what you exchange for that video game, is that money. It also has a unit of account, right? So money measures the value of all goods and services. Money acts like a measurement value, right? So he knows that his video game has some value to it. It's worth $20, right? It also allows him to divide up that video game, right? So, or not divide up the video game, but take you don't have to divide the video game up to trade, right? You can divide up the cash into different units of measurement. So, if he wants to take $20.50, right? He can do that, right? Because money is most certainly dividable, and that's there. So, and then a store value, right? Like, you don't have to use your money right away, right? Like, you can put it in a bank, you can hold it in your pocket, it's going to have value later, right? Now, how much value is, of course, dealt with inflation, but how much value that money holds, or that money will hold value to it. Now, this is also good because, in the trade and barter system, right, some things don't hold value, right? Like goats or livestock or anything like that. If you don't sell your livestock in the trade and barter system, then it's a possibility that animal may die, right? And so if it dies, then you've lost all of your investment or all your time and energy into producing that animal. So, so it also allows you to just hang on to that and not use it right away, right? So, also an advantage of money compared to the trade and bartering system. Okay. All right. So what backs money? We're no longer on the gold standard, right? Money comes from the collective belief that it's valuable, right? So you understand what a dollar is, I understand what a dollar is, and since we both understand that and we have that belief, that's makes it useful. So what makes money effective is that it's generally accepted, right? Anybody's going to take cash, right, or dollars. It's scarce, meaning that there's a set amount of money that's in the market right now, and that's set forth by the Federal Reserve. It's portable and dividable, meaning that you can take a dollar and divide it up, right, down to a penny, right? And then the purchasing power of money is the amount of money and goods and services as a unit of money can buy, right? And so remember, what is purchasing power? Purchasing power just means that, hey, look, I can buy this particular item, right? Like, this dollar allows me to buy a pack of gum, right, today. And then, that whatever your power is based off the amount of money that it gives you, right? So inflation decreases purchasing power, right? And then hyperinflation decreases acceptability, right? So let's go ahead and start talking about classifying money. So money has... remember the liquidity. Liquidity is the ease of which an asset can be assessed and used for a medium of exchange. But so we have two. Well, in this class we're going to look at two types of liquidity, which is M1, which is going to be the highest liquidity, and M1 is just liquid cash, right? It's money that's in circulation, like money that's in your pocket, money that's in your couch, right? All of that that is currency in circulation. Checkable deposits, so like your checking accounts, right? Those would all be part of M1. And then traveler's checks. Now, some of you guys might not be familiar what a traveler's check is, right? But, usually when you used to travel, right, you'd want your money to be safe. You didn't want to lose it. So, you'd go to the bank, you'd ask for some traveler's checks. And then you could write these checks, right? And just in case you lost them, you could go to a bank of wherever you are and say, hey, look, I lost those checks, void them. And then maybe they charge you a little fee or whatever, and then they issue you some new checks, right? So those are traveler's checks. The next one that we're going to look at in this class is M2, and that's referred to as near money, and that's going to be all of M1 plus savings deposits or savings accounts, right? Time deposits, so CDs, right? Which have a little bit higher interest, and you have to keep your money in those a little bit longer. And you cannot withdraw them, but they're still, it's a very short period of time. And then, of course, money market funds, same as a time deposit or a CD, right? N1 and M2 money often earn little to no interest, right? Holding liquid money is the interest that you could be earning. So the opportunity cost of holding liquid money is the interest that you could be earning, meaning that by holding it, right, you can use it right away, but you have an opportunity cost there. You're trading off, having the accessibility of it and to be able to use it real quickly from getting a lot of interest added to that money. So that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys learned a lot, and see ya.